and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Keera, and if you want to stick around, find out some more haunted places in different countries and cities, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. Like I promised, I am doing Haunted Places in Edmonton Part 2. I'm so sorry it's being posted a little later than I originally planned and anticipated, but we're doing the video now. So anyway, get comfy, listen, and let me know if you have ever heard of some of these haunted places in Edmonton. So now let's get into the video. Starting off, our list is CBF Griesbach, or others might know it as just Griesbach. CFB Griesbach, or Griesbach Barracks, was an army base that was located on the north end of Edmonton. The site was named after Major General William Antrobus Griesbach in 1878 to 1945. He was a veteran of the Second Boer War, World War I, and World War II. Griesbach was also an Edmonton alderman and mayor, and served as a member of parliament and a senator, making him an incredibly important part of Edmonton's history, which I found really cool and I didn't know. We might have learned that in social. Like I said, wasn't good at it. Over the past decade, many Edmontonians have seen the 1950s military base transform into one of the city's newest suburbs, townhouses, and boulevards, replacing abandoned or decrepit old military buildings. So knowing all that history, it wouldn't surprise anybody that there is enough history to draw in the Edmonton paranormal societies and people who are curious about the unknown. One of the founders of one of Edmonton's paranormal societies and groups is Aaron Ackerman, who has stated in his own words that Griesbach has one of the key factors of most haunts, and that is a lot of people have come and gone over the years. And of course, there's no obvious historical ties connecting Griesbach to any paranormal hauntings. But Ackerman has been called into homes in the area by residents, encountering spirits more aggressive than usual. Instead of the occasional flickering of lights, knocks, taps, even noises, residents have reported that objects in their house have physically been thrown by something that they couldn't see, which just shows the land itself is full of restless souls of thousands of soldiers. Now moving on to number 2 on our list, we have La Boheme Restaurant Bed and Breakfast. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name correctly. If I'm not, please correct me in the comments. I tried to look up how to actually pronounce it. La Boheme. La Boheme? La Boheme? And I still wasn't 100% sure. So La Boheme Restaurant Bed and Breakfast was built in 1913. So La Boheme was originally a 3-story apartment building with shops on the main floor, before it was converted into a bed and breakfast in 1982. As a luxury apartment, this pressed tin ceiling restaurant and hotel is believed to be haunted by the murdered wife of a previous owner. I just have to say there's no proven record of this murder anywhere, but people still believe it to be true. It is said apparently the owner grew jealous of his wife, then proceeded to kill her in the top floor bedroom and then dragged her down the stairs, cremating her in the cast iron coal furnace in the basement. Bone fragments were found by employees, and eventually leading to an arrest and murder conviction. People who have stayed there have reported their sheets being pulled off in the middle of the night, flickering lights being touched, whispering, and the apparition of a woman. People say many things People say many things happen, especially in the bedroom where the murder took place. Employees will often say that they hear loud thumping coming from the stairs and the stairway. Many people have heard this and come to the conclusion that the loud thumping sounds are from the spirit of the murdered wife. The loud thumping sounds are the sound of her body slowly being pulled down the stairs, each thud on the steps being where her head hit as she was dragged down. Next on our list, number 3, we are going to be talking about the Pembina Hall on the University of Alberta campus. So the University of Alberta, also known as the UofA, was built along with founded by Alexander Cameron Rutherford. He was also the first Premier of Alberta, and Henry Marshall Tory, who was the UofA's first official president in 1908. So the Pembina Hall was built 89 years ago, in 1914. Pembina is the third oldest building that remains on the campus. The 136-bedroom residency was converted into a makeshift hospital during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic that followed World War I. At least 72 people unfortunately died there due to the flu outbreak. To follow that, in 1919, the hall became the women's dorm, which it originally was planned to be. It is rumored during the epidemic, a young nurse died following the death of her boyfriend or husband or even possibly fiance, and it is said that her ghost is still in the building searching for him. Every year there are reports of experiences from people who claim that they have seen her ghost. Although her death is not the only one that has been talked about, and it is not just her ghost that people have seen. William Murray Edwards was the university's first math and engineering professor. He is also talked about quite often. From my research and what I found, I discovered that there is a person who goes by the name Nadine Bailey who does ghost tours of the university, and she talks about many spirits residing in the walls of Pambina Hall. She tells a story of a soldier dying, followed by his fiancée, a nurse who contracted the flu while working at the hospital. Many people who work there and attend there claim that they often see a woman in an old-fashioned nurse outfit and a man dressed in a soldier's uniform walking around in Pambina Hall. Although the walls are full of mysteries, that does not explain the paranormal stuff that happens there. There have also been reports of strange noises, doors moving, opening and closing on their own, along with temperature changes, an uneasy feeling like you're always being watched. Within the walls of Pembina Hall, there are many mysteries and many stories that still haven't been told. Number 4, Concordia University College, or nowadays it's just called Concordia University of Edmonton. If you live in Edmonton or in Alberta, you have probably heard of Concordia, especially recently due to the strikes that were happening. But Concordia University College is now known as Concordia University of Edmonton, like I stated previously. It was built a little over 100 years ago in 1921 and was founded by the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. Concordia University is no stranger to ghostly apparitions and have many ghost stories of their own. The most talked about spirit is named Al Griesbach, called the Spirit of Concordius Theater. You might be wondering why he is the most talked about, and that is because his name randomly appeared on one of the play's playbills. There is also an apparition of a teacher from the 1960s that has been seen just walking around the halls, especially at night. But that is not all. Within the walls of the boys' dorm, many have talked about what sounds like a ghostly men's choir that just sings within the walls, which just puts an eerie thought inside your head. Witnesses have also reported doors slamming, cold spots and temperature drops, strange things happening to the lights, disembodied voices, along with shadow figures and an uneasy feeling overall. Many of these ghostly apparitions and paranormal experiences happen within the Schwarman Hall in the school. Now moving on to our last haunted place in Edmonton, coming in at number 5, is the Edmonton General Hospital. So Edmonton General Hospital is divided into 4 different wings, simply named A, B, C, and Y wing. The A wing was first built in late 18, early 1900, depending on the source. I couldn't figure out which one because I kept reading multiple and they kept telling me different dates, so it is somewhere between that time span. So after that, the rest of the wings followed and were slowly built. The B wing was The B wing was once used as a surgical floor along with a pediatric ward. And while the wing hasn't been used in almost a decade, it is said that you can still smell the sick people that were treated within the walls of that ward. It also says that there was a man who worked in the B ward basement, and he was killed as he worked. It is said that the area that he unfortunately died now is a vortex for very bad and residual energies. Like I said before, the B wing of the hospital has been closed for maybe over a decade, although it was built back in 1895, or that is what I read. So it is in these parts in the B wing that the hauntings and spirits that reside there have been felt and left a terrifying mark on the people, leaving them extremely terrified and unsure of what just happened. So like I said, people experience and say that they can smell the sick people still within the ward when they enter it, along with heartbreaking cries of children that can be heard within this wing of the hospital. The spirit of a mother is also seen wandering around looking for her dead child. It is said that she quickly disappears when she is approached by a staff or someone looking to help. Many other things happen, like light flickering or light problems, noises, sounds, shadow figures, along with many other experiences and stories people have about the B wing. Many people don't like to talk about their experience in the B wing because it is that creepy. So that is part 2 of 5 of the most haunted places in Edmonton. Currently we have gone over 10, and there are still a bunch more. So if you'd like a part 3, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with someone from Edmonton or someone who knows about Edmonton, and see if they have heard about any of these places. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you want more videos like this. Have a good morning, evening, or night, depending when you're watching this. And remember, sometimes when stuff happens, it can't be explained. But be warned, because the things from these places can follow you home. Okay, bye guys! My back really hurts. Back really hurts. Ooh.